Welcome back to Tran plays Septaroad Voyager. The game has gone through a tremendous amount of patches over the past week that it's been released, and I've asked the developer a few more questions, which we will cover as we play the game today. So I hope you look forward to that. He has taken some of the concerns that I had and patched them out of the game. Now, whether or not he's actually seen this video, I still don't know. But I'm confident that there are other people who are letting him know through Steam forums or whatnot that there are bugs in the game, such as falling into the abyss. I'm sure that I'm not the only person who is talking to him. I'm not trying to take credit for these patches or anything. Just letting you know that there are many concerns that I had addressed in the previous episode, which are no longer here. For example, this road used to lead north. And while you might look at our map and say like, oh, I should be able to go north because we are here in this tile. North looks like a land tile, and I might be able to go there. Perhaps not. Perhaps only the lit up tiles are ones I can go to. Because here's a forest tile, which looks exactly like these forest tiles, except that these are dark out. And I don't think I've been over here, so I don't think it would have been illuminated from that. It's very viable that my play area for this world is actually this minuscule. So we'll take another look around to see if I can actually escape this valley that I find myself in. But nonetheless, you can no longer go north into this invalid map tile and fall to your doom. Well, not even doom, because you just fall into the void forever on an autosave. So yeah, this is as far as we can go. We've also recruited Apollo, as you might remember. And I went ahead and lowered Tran's weapon abilities from the Claymore to the Arming Sword so that he can attack faster. Because the problem is, a friend will generally blast somebody before he even gets to attack. Now, this may have been here earlier, but I didn't notice it. If we take a look at offhand attack right here, it does increase when we have short dagger. So it does increase our potential. And there's even offhand magic, so I might even try something like that. There are some quests that we will turn in, but first I would like to try to get a bandit cap, because in the patch notes it implies that we can get more than one character in Sunrise Falls or whatever the name is. Maybe it's the Hat Girl. I don't know. So if I can find a bandit's mask, we should be able to just turn in that along with my Teller Barrett and Scholar's Cap that I'm equipped with, and just turn that in. Now, we do have a green bandit's mask, but that doesn't seem to apply for the quest itself. One of the things I feel is for a game like this, where you're allowing your AI, you plan things out in advance with your AI and then you watch it happen, I feel like the game needs to increase its animation potential here. I really mean it, because realistically, that's what battle it has come down to. You prepare in advance. I've planned out all of my AI, though Apollo isn't attacking, and that's okay. That's to be expected. Also, for my own information, I'm going to take a look at what Apollo's stats are and then put it in the spreadsheet and kind of figure out what's going on here. I would like to figure out what the leveling up is. Because if you remember, let's say I change him to Scholar, he's still a Scholar too. So whatever he is, that's for his whole character, not his class. Excess stat points or skill points do not transfer. So if I were to get all the skill points necessary to get all of the last skills here, I would get a star or something by Adventurer or Master Adventurer or something. And I think all those skill points are wasted away. So you want to make sure to spend it and then leave that class when you can. For those who are OCD, like me, I guess, whatever order you get your classes in is the order that it will be displayed on that character forever. So she will always have Cleric as her next skill because I picked that as the one to get to these abilities. No biggie. As soon as he can, we're going to get Silver Bangle. You can't just jump here, even though you can see that the tactics icons are here. Even if I had 20 skill points for a tactics icon, you'll notice that there's no number by it. We'll go and get the lucky coin, I guess. Maybe the Teller Barrett. Let's get the lucky coin because should lower his speed even less than others. The game has allowed me to equip these things now. But yeah, the Teller Barrett does lower your speed. You can see that it lowers it by 2. Not a great deal. Once he gets a little bit tougher, we'll allow him to start engaging in battle, but I kind of want him to stay. Well, you know what? Let's go ahead. I don't know if the enemy really cares about who hits who. For example, in some games, enemies will attack you if you do some damage to them. And I was thinking, we'll just leave him alone, but it's fine. Enemy nearest. I don't think there's an attack enemy targeted by the leader. At least not that I own. We'll do attack enemy lowest HP. He can work with the scholar on that. Because my characters have so many stat points or skill points spent on raising their hit points and stuff, I can afford to have Fren have her armor reduced, so I put her back in the scholar's robes to make her fast. Now instead of having attack speed of about 50, she has attack speed of about 90 or something like that. I don't think I picked up Bandit's Mask through all this. I just have still my default bandit, not default, my original green bandit mask that I found somewhere or other. So we'll come back for this and try to get a normal one. Because I can't turn in a green one. I mean, if I could, I would go ahead, adjust to turn in that quest to see if I get a new party member. There's still the Stolen Supplies quest that I've been working on. I didn't turn it in. I didn't turn on any of these quests because, one, it doesn't matter how many people in the party you have, it seems to probably be the same reward. That's usually how some games function in the early stages of its development. Two, even though it just says 10 SP floating on your character as if you killed a monster, I can confirm the Silver Bangle does apply its bonus to it. So instead of getting, say, 10 SP for turning in running potions or running Ichor or whatever, yeah, that's how much I would get, by the way. If we go to quests, press to the right instead of press the button. It says here 10 SP. Literally just turning in those slime parts, I'll get 30 SP for everybody. Oh, Apollo won't. So that's why we're gonna kind of wait let's see if we can get how many party members are available, and then start turning in all those quests in bulk. All right, so there was nothing to the north. Let's take a look at our map. I really think I'm just stuck in this valley. Like, I don't think there's a way out, but maybe I have to finish the cave first. So we're gonna hug the map to the right. I don't know what I was stuck on. And see if there's any transfer areas that I may have missed the first time I went through here. Alright, this is likely the top right of the map. Apparently she can pick up items now. Good, I like that. Those were not obnoxious that only the player would pick up items. My character keeps getting stuck on things. Okay, so I see this book here that would imply that this could have been a transfer zone. So I really think that I'm stuck permanently. We'll do the cave and see if that opens up any new territories, and then we'll move northward on the left side of the maps and see if that changes anything. Alright, here's what we'll do. I don't want to rely on the autosave, so we're going to actually run back up and touch that book. Then we'll enter the spider cave and see if we have any new solutions available to us. Can't save in battle. I have no idea where a friend is, but I'm sure she'll appear once we enter the portal. Alright, let's go and switch out to Initiate Wand. I guess I'll leave him the short dagger in his other hand. You have 15 SP, so we can give you something else. But we need to work towards Silver Bingo, and then we need to give him one, which means we'll need to raise some money for that. There's fewer spiders than there used to be. Oh, Apollo is probably not even tactics on. Yeah, he's not. If you look in the bottom right, it's not a glowing T. I feel like the lighting looks a little bit more dramatic. It's darker in some areas. We transitioned! Although that wasn't the same one I had shown you. That one was the one I had first encountered. And I thought I would go check out another side when on tape. Probably just as why I didn't turn on his AI, because I wouldn't want him stopping to attack the spiders. That one just leads to the right, I assume, so we're gonna try taking this other path and go upwards. That looks like it's its own tunnel there. Apparently not. Alright, looks like this entire room is a bit, I wouldn't say cavernous. Maze-like? Labyrinthine? Is that a word? Alright, we'll go back in the original direction we were headed and weave our way to the right. The reason I didn't want to do this is because we were originally heading left and up. So by going to the right, we're kind of backtracking on ourselves. But yeah, I think I am a little bit brokenhearted if I am self-contained to those 3 tiles. So I'd asked the developer, should I start a new game? And he said that all the patches that he has currently applied will apply to my world. I asked him how far we can actually go in the game. He said that you can progress a considerable amount in the sandbox and play with all the character classes that he has made available. But there's currently not a main quest that has been kicked off, and that's something that he looks forward to working on as the player base grows. Alright, I'm gonna say that I'm not necessarily enjoying my time in this spider cave. And I probably would enjoy it less if I were fighting all these spiders. Oh man, can you imagine what it must have been like to try to go through this pre-patch when there were more spiders, more spider spawns, and they slowed you down, and the slowdown didn't decay after battle. Like, those are a lot of substantial changes. You see that the spider spawn to the right only has 2 spiders. In the past, there were like 3 to 5 spiders per spawn area. And there was probably double the spawn areas. So instead of fighting 4 spiders, you might fight 12. That haven't even immobilized me, which is cool. That means I can continue to progress and explore the cavern. but there's nothing in here. This is kind of the problem that players run into when developers insist on using a procedurally generated world, and they use pre-designated, prefabricated cells that they have created. Like, I'm sure that he must have created some of these parts of the map. Fine. And I'm sure that he has allowed the computer to generate which parts of the map get placed into which parts of the area. It's not bad, but it's not cool for sure. And this is effectively the first time we've seen a new area. And even then, it doesn't mean anything. Yeah, sure, there's an exit to the left. Okay, should we go that way? Go north. You might say that's the part of exploring. Alright, but we are exploring, but are we actually finding anything? Not really. I'm not even asking for treasure. I'm just saying that it doesn't need to be this long. Like, literally, this is the cell that we entered in the first part of the map. Like, I'm gonna assume that if we go left, I weave my way backwards. If I go left, it's gonna end up going down on the slope and then left to transition. So we're gonna try going to the right, just to see. So this should weave my way to the top of the screen. And it looks like it, yeah. I'm gonna hate trying to get out of here on foot. It's not like I'm lost or anything, it's just, wow. But I think during the patch notes it says something about being able to leave once you defeat the boss. Just need to find this boss, and I'm hoping the boss is actually at an end, and not somewhere buried in the middle of all these cells. I mean, there could be something fundamental that I'm missing. Now, if we were to take a look at our map, the map itself went to the right, down, and so forth. But there was no right transition. Alright, apparently this was just one big loop. I think there's nothing in this particular cave, or a room. Oh, never mind. So it's not that I could follow the map. Oh, what? Apparently this is not a transition point. Alright, let's try killing a couple months. Oh, never mind. He broke off combat. Okay, let's take a look at our... I don't think the... Oh, cool. There. Okay, so there's a specific map for this dungeon. Alright. Ah. Alright. So it's not too bad. We just need to go down, left, and probably up after that. Yeah, I was expecting to be able to pull up the treasure map that we generated this world with, but yeah, alright. It still needs to be way smaller. There's no reason for this cave to be 25 tiles, okay? If there were treasure chests laden with useful loot that the player would want, maybe. But here's the thing. Whatever the developer thinks should be good loot, you should double that. I'm 100% sure that whatever the developer feels like, oh, I'm going to put a bandana in this chest for this one cell. Double that. At least give 2 bandanas. Even still, I wouldn't want to explore the cells. But start with that. Start with being what you think is overly generous. I'm using this based on the premise of something I'd heard in my leadership courses, I suppose. Is that think of how thankful you want to be to someone and then double it. Because what you convey, it's maybe more embarrassing to you, but when it comes across to the other person, twice as much is just right. When we enter a cell, we can see that actually I've missed the top exit for the area we were just in. So we'll go and pop backwards one and look for the upper exit. Man, this would be a nightmare if I had horrible direction sense. Okay, my character just like sprinted up that mountain when I was trying to stop at the book. Stop! Don't go towards the boss, dude. as far as animation goes, the developer is having your characters sort of dash around and imitate dodging. First, it doesn't actually dodge. Second, just give me animation for dodging, not just running around like that. Running around like that has always been problematic for me. In this game, when your characters are dashing outside of your control, that has never been good for me. Alright, let's go and turn Paulo's tactics on and let him participate in this fight. See, I'm not controlling Tran. He's just sort of dashing around right now.
Who are you? How did you find me? What? My husband sent you. And I went to all of that effort enchanting pumpkins to cover my escape.
Why is it so blurry right now? Is it because it's like outside of my playable field of view? Like because I was not here? No, I was in this region. I was just a little bit below those stalagmites. Stalactites hold tight on the ceiling.
That's right, I ran away. I hate farming, and pumpkin farming is the worst of all. But my husband must really love me if he wanted me found this much. Alright, I'll go back and talk things over with him. I love him too, but we are going to have to grow something besides pumpkins.
Have you thought about doing that before all of this? Obviously not. She's not available as an option to attack. Oh, don't tell me I gotta walk all the way out. I mean, I'll do it. I'll save you, the viewer, the effort, but I guess, oh man. Oh, okay, well that was fast. Just had to leave the cell. I mean, that's good. My biggest problem is I might still have to start a new game because I could be completely isolated right here. Assuming that all of the dark tiles are inaccessible tiles. So it's not just that it's a procedure. It's not that it's a early access that's limited my ability to move. It's that it was procedurally generated poorly. Now, I know we do need to talk to the farmer. I get that, but I'm gonna guess that we're gonna be back that way to search the left side because we already searched these borders at the end of the first episode. And I didn't find a way out, but I'm hoping that the patch has changed things. All right. Well, I mean, I did do some farming. But that is one of the reasons why I didn't go whole hog farming, because I wondered if I was going to be stuck in this area as an early access title. I didn't even conceive of the fact that maybe I was stuck in this area because the map was generated in a way that could not let me leave. Like that book suggested to me that this would have been a cell that allows me to go to the right. But the rock wall prevents me from falling into the abyss. And generally, in procedurally generated maps and cells of this nature, there's only one exit per cardinal direction. This is so that way, when you're in that other cell, the receiving cell, there's no alternative entrances and exits that they'd have to match. What I mean by this is, if there's only one exit to the right, then all other cells in the future only need one cell coming in from the left, or one exit coming in from the left. If you have the chance to have multiple exits, and they're maybe not centrally located, they'd be stuck anywhere on that map. Let's pretend that this right here is not in the center south. It probably is, but let's pretend it isn't. So if it's on the bottom right and the map maker, game developer wanted to make the geographical exits consistent, he would have to line up different areas to allow access or invitation from those differently located exits. Well, if we do turn out to be that I cannot leave this valley, essentially, for any reason, yeah, we'll start over. But it's going to take me a while, so I'll probably revisit the game again in 2 weeks rather than in 1 week. Alright, so we've skirted the entire edge, and yes, I did not cover the middle, but I'm willing to guess that there's nothing in the middle. There was nothing on the map itself to indicate that this cell had anything. And we've seen from the spider cave what cells are typically like. These maps were probably handcrafted, but selected by a robot. And speaking of which, when I search in YouTube for this game, my first video comes up as the 3rd find at the time of this recording. As the 6th hit, there is another video that talks about AI generated art and this game. I guess I'm just artistically incompetent, because I had no idea that the art for this game was generated. So I asked the developer, and he said, yeah, it was. Told him that, hey, there's at least one creator that felt that this art was not good. Did he agree? Did he disagree? Like, how he felt about it. And he said that he's going to stand by his art. I don't have a problem with that. What I have a problem with is I'm stuck in a map that I can't leave. Well, no, I don't want to accept the defeat Pumpkin's quest. What? Oh. Apparently, I completed the quest for... I mean, yeah, technically completed the quest for rescuing the wife. Normally, the game expects you to run back all the way to the quest giver and then say, quest complete. Okay, so it's completed. There's nothing new that I can do here. All of these outstanding quests, like this is Feather's quest. This chick sells food, which they did add in what the items do. So boiled egg gives you max HP plus 100. So we can see what they all do. Like cold water seems to give you mana. Cool. Okay, well, let's head back out of town, which is probably central in this cell, and then hug the left side of the map. Just to verify that we've completely explored the top section of this, we're gonna hug the area until we get to the pumpkin village, because we didn't thoroughly search this side, because I kind of made certain assumptions that I didn't need to, that I was confident that the game, yeah, see, there's the little pumpkin head thing. But I wanted to make sure, because there's always going to be someone who says you didn't 100% search the wall. I get it, you're trying to help. But I'm very confident in my experience with gaming, which is why I'm trying to make a living off of sharing those experiences and talking about games. There's probably nothing here, because this one's very, very highly hand designed, I suppose. We'll double check. So I think we're pretty much done with this world. I have to generate a new world for a chance to get out of the valley. I mean, it won't be a valley in a new world, but, you know. So let's go ahead and just turn in some of these quests and call it done for this episode. I hate ending on such a down note. I want people to enjoy the content, not feel depressed about it, but whatever. There's only so much I can do when discussing a game. Let's go and turn it. Okay, because Tran decided to cast the magic, it interrupted my quest navigation. And he's casting magic because I told him to patch people up after a battle. Obviously, I'm not going to want to do that if it's going to interfere with my ability to navigate menu. So we're going to turn in the stolen smith supplies, just see if anything happens. Thank you so much for finding those for me. I don't know what I would have done without these supplies. Now I can make the stronger weapons and armor. New items for sale. I'll find more. This one's just repeatable, so let's see what's the gap for shop. Can I buy a bandit's mask? I can. Let's go buy one of those. And we are wearing a teller barrier, so I don't actually have to equip it. If I had more than 1,000 florins, I would. But if I were to continue this, which I guess I don't really, it's fine. It feels sad to kind of just give up on it, because maybe there's hope. Okay, so we now have a teller barrier, a bandit's mask, and a guard helm. Was that what we needed for this quest? Bring me hats. I need an academic hat also. I'll just take it off her. And then we'll go turn in the hat lady that's on the other side of the blacksmith. But first, I want to see, can I go out this way maybe? And do you have any non-repeatable quests? Okay. By turning in the runny ichor, she does allow you to have more quests appear. So we can see that we already had the ectoplasm, but the thick ichor is new. That is something that she unlocks for you. It should probably be listed as a reward, frankly. Now, you saw that it gave me 10 SP underneath the characters. That's not true. The bangle definitely applies. Hey, I got your hats.
What beautiful hats. Thank you so much. I'm sure there's so many more hats to find. Would you take me with you? I must see the world and all the hats in it.
Okay, and your starting sets are probably basic adventurer. Got no points in anything. So this allows that's very similar to how the generated maps are. It's a blank mode, and it's expected that the player does something with it. Fine, for a character, yes, I can progress and develop that. I cannot progress and develop a cell, a map. Maybe that'd be really cool if you could, like, you know, start a little town, you enter a blank cell, meet some people that need your random procedure generated quest, like kill this slime, and as you do those things, the town starts building as a result of your efforts. Very similar to Breath of Fire, Terra Enigma. I mean, there's opportunities you can do that aren't, here's an entire map, anything you want is outside this map. Enjoy. Like, that's not enjoyable. That's not cool for me. I don't know. If you happen to think that my sentiments and opinions have weight, please go and hit that like button, and maybe the developer will see these opinions. I still think the game has lots of enjoyment to be had, but getting stuck in a procedure generated map was not one of them. So thank you very much for watching Tran Plays Septaroad Voyager. I'll see you next time.